A power network which has now been thoroughly reviewed. Michael Van Dornick of international engineering firm WSP says their independent review finds most of Aurora's assets pose a low risk to public safety.
There is some risk on all networks, so the idea is to reduce it as low as practicable. And in a couple of areas, so particularly with protection systems, found that had not quite yet been achieved. So there's some work to be done.
The review found there were 35 incidents in the past 4 years where power lines fell to the ground but remained live. Van Dornick says there's an issue with the older automatic relay switches failing to turn the power off.
We found that a significant proportion of relays are approaching their end of life. They were typically electromechanical type, which are the older technology. And we found approximately 50% of those relays pose a risk of not operating as intended.
He says the network's ageing substations also pose some risks to staff, especially in the case of the older style oil-filled circuit breakers.
The consequence of an oil insulated circuit breaker failing is it can cause a fire, and because they're full of oil that becomes the fuel and that can propagate through the switchboard. So the consequence is predominantly a reliability consequence, as you won't be able to supply electricity. There is some safety consequence to field staff if they're there at the time of the failure.
The company plans to invest over $700 million on its ageing network in the next 10 years, which includes replacing poles, crossarms, overhead lines, as well as substation switchgear and protection systems. In Dunedin, for the South Today.